All right, a recent question we got in class is how do we handle big requirements documents in Scrum? Some people call these BRDs business requirements documents or marketing requirements documents, aka MRD. But basically, we're talking about taking these old requirements documents you would have fed into a waterfall project. How do we use that in Scrum? Like, where do we start?
So you don't have requirements documents called out anywhere within the Scrum framework. So in terms of where does it fit, I think we have to ask some questions. Why do those documents exist to begin with? What is the purpose of them? And is it compatible with the Scrum team, the Scrum framework, and what it is that we're hoping to do with iterative development? Our BRDs, our MRDs, are they compatible with empirical evidence and adaptations, or does that threaten these MRDs and BRDs? So I'd almost want to kind of back up before I say, here's how you make these things converge together, and try to find out, are these two compatible? If you've taken the route of waterfall by way of BRDs and MRDs, does it make sense to force Scrum into the middle? Too many times I'll see a waterfall project in which they put the development team there in the center with Scrum attached to it and say, okay, you're Scrum and you're Agile, this is great. But because everything else is in a waterfall system, there's a lot of incompatibility. So I kind of want to back up and ask the bigger questions first.
I think that's a great way to approach it, Greg. I think backing up and saying, do we really need these anymore? Maybe not. Maybe you don't need them anymore. I have worked in some regulated industries where just sort of as a cost of doing business or a requirement to get your product on the market, you have to show some traceability between some requirements and some objective tests, evidence saying, hey, this product does what it's supposed to do, and we've tested it to make sure it's safe and effective. I'm speaking medical terms here, obviously. In that case, I think if you're going to use Scrum is all about an incremental delivery, a constant stream of value, right? You're delivering value, delivering a new done increment every sprint. And so in that case, I would treat, those requirements documents, make them as lean as possible, only create as much as you have to Greg's point, but then create them incrementally. Typically, waterfall is a predefined upfront, define everything, upfront early on process, and then just execute to the plan. With Scrum, we want to be more adaptable, so I'm not going to sit there and make this big requirements document up front, assuming that I know all the requirements up front. I'm going to build those incrementally, which gives me adaptability to change them and refactor them and grow them and change them and go in different directions as we learn new things. So build them little bits at a time, treat them as part of the increment if you have to have them in the first place. I don't know. What say you, Rob?
Sure, sure. Well, all right. My thought is like, let's say a year ago we thought this is our approach. We're going to waterfall this project. We're going to waterfall the crap out of it. And somebody built this big old requirements document, got everything we could possibly need. But then somewhere in the middle of the road, we decide, hey, stop. We're going to use Scrum on this. What do we do with all that work? How do we turn that into a product backlog? I've often seen that be the question. Somebody answered from that perspective. You got this big giant requirements document. How do you turn this into a product backlog? First step, just to be brief, let's look at all of the problems we're solving that this marketing requirement or business requirements document is trying to specify as a solution. System shall X, system shall Y. These are big problems. That's the first step to breaking this into a product backlog, is an ordered list of the biggest problems that you're solving with this project or requirements document. From within those projects are mini projects or mini problems that need to be solved. So then you can start chipping away at other small problems. For example, a car. A car solves a lot of problems for you. A lot of people think it just takes me point A to point B, but it doesn't. It gets you groceries. It sometimes picks up your kids. It keeps you warm when it's wintertime. It keeps you gripping on the ground when it's snowy and slushy outside. I could go on, but that's 5 separate problems a car has to solve for most people. Not all people need those problems solved. And so when you're speccing out a car, breaking it down into the problems that you're solving can help you to identify ways to deliver small bits of value incrementally, iteratively, prioritizing by the value delivered to each customer, since not everybody needs the same problem solved, and so on and so forth. But there have you. Big problems, micro problems, micro problems with these BRDs.
Click the thumbs up to let us know you like the video. Subscribe if you'd like more of our videos in your feed. And maybe even hit that bell to get notified when we've got more videos for you.
Sometimes YouTube notifications don't actually go out and you won't be notified. So we've solved this problem. Click the link in the description to join our exclusive mailing list so we can send you an email every time one of our newest videos comes out. You'll be glad you did.